I don't care if you've been floating away in Cali all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the Beasta. Smoke me out, fam, with all the dankest the dank shit on my left. Yo, in the world of ninjas.
Sometimes motherfuckers need to be kicked in the nuts over and over again.
Stomp them out. On my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, choke people out on threes and fours, Chronos.
I have no intro today.
Oh, okay.
Last but not least, we got your boy Blue.
No matter how you prepare potatoes, you can fry them, you can make them potato tots. As soon as they enter your mouth, they become mashed potatoes.
God damn it. All right.
The facts, though.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. One way or another. All right, we back up in this motherfucker. What kind of stats? Yeah. What kind of stats we got for us today?
We have my lovely daughter is the first in the chat. Great to see you. And Gian is in the chat as well. I haven't seen this dude in forever. So
no.
Yeah.
I'm always going back and forth with this dude, but I get it. Welcome to the chat.
Yeah. He's usually not live, so and listener of the week would be Elisu. Thank you very much. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing your name correctly. So
Is that with an E, like elephant?
yeah, Eliseu.
All right. Good shit, good shit. New ones. That's a new name for us.
That is.
Old Ninja. What kind of urban beverage are you pouring out and for who?
We'll pull out some stuff from.
Uh-oh. Are you frozen?
That's his connection.
Ain't pouring out
mine.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely him.
right off the bat. Shit. Did we lose him?
I think
Fucking
so.
shit. God
Yeah,
damn it.
he's having a seizure.
I mean, it could be. I mean, he's in the Bay, so it could, it could be something weather related. Hopefully not.
I'm in the Bay too.
Yeah, but you're a couple cities away.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I guess technically it's the next city up.
Yep.
So,
for those who have, a whole bunch of people have been reaching out, at least to me, probably to y'all too, just about the crazy weather. Like 2 weeks of back-to-back atmospheric rivers and fucking cyclones and storms and shit. How y'all doing?
Man, here it's been pretty mild, like nothing major. Like there's been a little flooding here and there, but nothing spectacular. There's a tree branch fell in my backyard, which I need to cut. I wish Kronos was around so I could use a chainsaw again.
Oh yeah, I'm Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, yeah, basically, huh?
Yeah.
Man. I mean, I seen like videos of like tornadoes and shit because we had like tornadoes warning here, which is like awkward for California. But I guess it does happen. I remember one time in I don't know, I want to say like the 80s or something like that. A tornado hit in Santa Clara and like tore up a trailer park, and I was like, wait, there's trailer parks in California? Like,
yeah,
a lot of them.
Yeah. Other than that, it's just been windy and rainy. That's it.
All right.
Apologize, guys.
I mean, well, for me and Prodigy, we're in the same boat because we're in the same fucking city. So, it hasn't been raining that hard all the time. Like, there's points where it's just like it's cats and dogs, but it doesn't last for that long. They've been keeping up pretty well with there hasn't been any real flooding that I've seen in Chula Vista, but I'm not really driving around. So, yeah, it's been pretty reasonable here. So, yeah,
there's a golf course near me over in Castro Valley, and this golf course has like a lake, right? And there's like a creek that kind of runs into the lake that feeds the lake, and like that kind of trickles out of the other side. This whole entire golf course was a lake. Like,
damn.
You could see the trees. The trees were like little islands. Like you could barely see any land. But like a little bit further down the road, the complete road eroded away. Like it's just gone, dude. It was crazy. And it's a road I've driven on. It's a nice road. It takes you from Castro Valley to Oakland if you like want to take a quick little scenic drive. It's Redwood Road and the golf course. Yeah.
It's amazing just how quickly water can just fuck up everything. Obviously we're used to wildfires and how much damage those could do, but water is no fucking joke.
Well, especially when like people think that it's just a little bit of rain, but it's a lot of rain. Like some places we're getting like almost double digits in inches, and that's a shitload. Like, and if you go in like in the mountains and stuff, like they're getting multiple feet of snow. So I mean, it sucks. People have died from this too. I think that so far the tally is like 17 people have died. Down, or I guess it's up for me now, up in the Santa Cruz area. It's been particularly disastrous. One of my coworkers is up there, and he can't leave his house because the main road is washed out. Highway 17 is blocked, I think, both ways now with landslides in multiple places. And if you see like the rivers that are coming out of there, like they're just taking whole ass trees like into the river and just putting them out to sea. And Capitola, the beach is just totally gone. The pier is gone. It's pretty insane.
Yeah. Santa Cruz is always one of those communities where you get kind of the worst of things, like with fires or with flooding or any kind of extreme weather, because you're surrounded by like pretty dense forests and then, kind of beach coastal area.
Yeah.
But it gets rough over there. Like houses on the mountains are not good in that area for
Have you guys seen
like
the video of the guy at Planet Fitness?
Mm-mm.
So there's a video of this guy at Planet Fitness, and like it's just him inside of it's all closed up and everything, and like the flood waters are rising, and like water's like squeezing through the door like it should.
Oh, I did see that.
And then like later on, you see the guy standing on top of one of the treadmills, and the water's like up to the treadmill, like that's how deep it is. And the guy's like, "Shit, am I gonna die? Am I gonna die inside of this fucking building?" It's ridiculous how fast like that entire building filled up with water.
Yeah, California, especially like certain parts of California, we're kind of fucked with something like this because this is really it's really unprecedented. Like we don't like our infrastructure is not designed to like hold up to like this amount of water at once, especially when we go from a drought period to from a wildfire period through a drought, and then you have like 10 inches of rain within like a week or more than 10 inches of rain within a week. Like the ground is just not designed. Our infrastructure, like roads, are not designed for that amount of water.
Yeah. The only thing I was going to say though, yes, we were definitely in a drought. Probably in some ways still are. This is not the fucking time to talk about the goddamn drought. When you got people floating away and shit, like people dying, mudslides and shit, shut the entire fuck up about drought. We can talk about drought later. We can talk about drought in May and June and all that. Right now, tell people where to get sandbags. Tell people which roads to fucking avoid. It's like nails on a chalkboard. I don't want to hear shit about a drought when it's raining this fucking hard throughout most of the state, and like you got all of this excess water that people are trying to get rid of.
I mean, honestly,
it's weird.
That's honestly the only upside to this, though.
Yeah. The reservoirs are filling up. That's great.
Like significantly.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, one thing people aren't really talking about either is that One thing about rain is that it will fuck up roads, and especially if it's roads that just they patch up potholes with like asphalt or something like that. Like the rain will literally seep into the cracks, loosen that gravel up, and just every time a car will go over that asphalt or gravel, wherever they put in there to patch up that pothole, just open backs up. So man, the roads around here has been just fucking crap. Like they're like huge fucking pothole. Like I try to swerve to miss one pothole, ran into another one. Like that's how like jacked up the road was.
You know what the worst thing is? It's not just, I mean, obviously the cars are bad too because there's so many of them, but it's those semis. Like that amount of weight will fuck up some roads, especially when you got that same problem you talked about with the water and the cracks and all that.
Did you see that sinkhole that sucked up 2 fucking cars? People were in them.
Yep.
It was like 35 feet deep. I was like, God damn, they survived, but yeah.
All bad.
Do you see the video with the guy in the Tesla that went off of Highway 1 off of Devil's Canyon? I think it was like kind of back on the second. They survived too, which is crazy. Well, but they fell off. They fell off a 200-foot cliff.
Well, he tried to kill his family, didn't he?
Yeah.
No. I don't know what the backstory was. I don't think so. I think
one of the guys. I think that was the one. I got to look it up real quick though. But there was a family that did a father that did that. And he's being arrested, I think, for trying to kill his family.
But did everyone survive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta look. I don't know. I haven't seen what the result of it was, but yeah, it's fucking crazy if that's the case. Because people said that like he was they were just driving, just swerved off the road. So, but he was in the car too.
Yeah, it was deliberate. Yeah, this is on the news. The man who drove he's a doctor, and he got arrested right after that because he tried to murder his family. Yeah, this is it. The Tesla driver who plunged off the cliff with children on Highway 1 arrested for intentional acts, CHP says.
Damn, that's fucking
What an
crazy.
asshole.
Yeah.
Old Ninja, can you hear us?
Yeah, I've been
Okay,
here.
just making sure.
We thought the Ghost of Christmas Past got you, man.
No,
Or Ghost,
whatever. It's a techno.
just come back for
techno
child
virus.
support.
No, the techno ghost, the one that was infecting Cronus' system, infected me because I took my connection out.
Oh Jesus.
I was like in the middle of my RIP, and then I realized I went back. When I finished it, I went back and said, "Oh, you're offline." I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the
Well,
only thing we heard was that you said something about like, oh yeah, these are RIPs, and that was it.
That was it.
That was it. Literally.
Yep.
What?
We
Yeah.
didn't hear anything of that.
R.I.P.
Oh,
Old
man.
Ninja.
They pulled the
that's-
plug on your ass.
That's
Yeah, go
fucking-
ahead. Go ahead though.
So yeah, as Gion mentioned in the chat, Jeff Beck had died, legendary guitarist who replaced Eric Clapton in the Yardbirds. He left a year after joining the group to start the Jeff Beck group, featuring Rod Stewart and Rod Wood, and I believe and Jimmy Page as well. Last year, Beck toured with Johnny Depp after the pair had recorded a cover album called 18. Some of his most well-known songs are Heart Full of Soul from 1965, a single with the Yardbirds, I Ain't Superstitious, after his off his solo album from 1968, the Jeff Beck Group, Truth, and Freeway Jam, Blow by Blow. Those are all from the Jeff Beck Group. He's won the Grammy Award for Best Rock Instrumental Performance 6 times. He's won a total of 8 Grammys. He's been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice. Once as a member of the Yardbirds and a solo artist. Excuse me. He died of bacterial meningitis at the age of 78. Rough way to go.
That's the only one.
Yeah, just that one. He died. I thought it was early today, but I guess it was yesterday.
I always forget that Johnny Depp has like played with a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, I forget he records albums.
Damn, yeah.
You know what's funny? Also, you know who's recorded multiple albums is Scarlett Johansson. She has a couple of like.
Yeah.
Does she sing? I didn't know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, she sings. She has a couple of albums.
Does she
Is
like play an
there-
instrument too, or?
I don't know if she plays an instrument, but I do know
it's
that
weird.
she had a pop song on the radio for a little while.
Shut the fuck up. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I thought it was one of those little pop princesses, but one of them was her.
What's it called? Going to the mall.
I don't know.
That's a what's the name reference? Oh god, How I Met Your Mother. Because homegirl, what's her name? The girl who plays next to Nick Fury. She's on that show. She
Oh.
plays like Robin. And
Robin,
so she's
on
from
the show,
Canada,
she's
and she had like an
Robin.
album.
Oh, Maria Christina Hill.
Yeah.
That's not her name. But yeah, that's hella funny.
Yeah, good shit.
We know what's
Her
weird
name
too.
is Colby Smulders.
What's weird for me
Yeah.
is that the girl from Girl Meets World, the co-star, she's an actual like legit singer now.
Oh yeah,
she has a good song.
Sarah Carpenter.
Is that her name?
Is it Sarah? I know it's Carpenter is her last name. I thought it was Sarah. Might be wrong. But yeah, she has like a bunch of albums out or songs that are out that's been played on the radio.
Yeah, she's like a legit pop star. I was like, whoa, that's weird.
Yeah, she had a song that
Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah.
Sabrina, that's what it was. I
Oh,
thought it was
yeah.
Sarah.
Yeah, even I've heard that name. Holy shit. I didn't know she was on a show.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Oh, same thing with Dove Cameron. Dove Cameron had a huge hit song. She's on the Descendants and she's on Agents of Shield. She's badass in Agents of Shield. She gets fucked up though.
For who? Sarah? Sabrina Carpenter?
No, Dove Cameron.
Oh.
She's in like the last 2 seasons of Agents of Shields. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. She's like this deranged like assassin.
Nice. Good shit. All right. We back up in here, Kronos. So you got new connections and all kinds of bells and whistles and shit, right?
I do. I finally ran a hard line to my office. So yeah, that was annoying me past couple weeks. Been losing connections and shit. So it should be rock solid now. I have a 2 gig connection to my house, but it's not pushing 2 gigs right now, which is kind of sad. I'm getting like a gig up and then like half a gig down, but that's faster than most people's internet. So whatever. It was kind of fun to run though, because I had to like drill holes in the house and then drill a hole in the side of the shed, and like I had to like staple up the cabling. I haven't done cabling in like a really long time, so it was fun to do that again.
We got
Did you
some
cock
stuff.
the hoe?
What's up?
Oh,
Did you cock the hole that
Nope,
you filled?
I'm gonna
Or
cock
did
it
you-
tomorrow. Yeah, they're still open holes right now, but I'm gonna cock them tomorrow.
You cock them
Okay.
hoes.
Yeah.
there's some stuff on the list that we didn't really we haven't really addressed, but it's
Yeah,
been
go
on.
ahead.
So a bunch of trailers dropped on like a couple weeks ago. We haven't talked about
Oh
them.
yeah.
I think we all talked about it. One of them was Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Y'all get a chance to see this trailer?
Yeah,
I don't think
I
I
remember it. I think I did.
I think I
Here's
don't think I
that one,
did.
the one where it looks like they land on Earth, but it's not Earth. They're a bunch of like furries.
Oh yeah. I remember seeing it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of weird because it literally looked like they landed on planet Beastars. And I was like, what the fuck's happening here? And then like Drax like hits this little kid with the ball, like
Oh,
literally
fuck.
knocks her out cold.
No, he throws the rock at her or some shit.
No, it's a ball. He throws a ball because the kid
Oh, yeah, I
kid
did see
drops a
that.
ball and then he picks it up and he throws it right back in her face. She's like a bunny kid, and like knocks her out cold, and everyone starts freaking out. It's pretty funny.
So
And,
this is still going to be James Gunn, though, right?
this is James Gunn.
Okay.
We got to see Adam Warlock in this trailer. So
Did I miss that?
yeah, you only see him for like a good 5 seconds. You see him in gold. He has a jewel. He has the jewel in his forehead this time.
Yeah,
this
it looks
version,
pretty dope.
Yeah, he's not. What the fuck? What's his name? What's his name when he goes pure logic? Magus.
Yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah. So I guess he's silver when he's Magus or something.
It was like purplish.
I don't know. It's been a while, but I guess it's his gold version of himself when he had like white eyes or whatever. But he has like normal eyes, and then we see there's a character we don't see. I don't know if you've seen Peacemaker, but there's a character in the show. He's in this movie, and apparently he has a huge role, which we don't see.
Why would
Yeah.
Peacemaker be in a Marvel show?
It's not.
Yeah,
It's a
Disney.
character from Peacemaker.
Why
not
would a
Peacemaker,
character from Peacemaker be in a Marvel show?
because he worked with James Gunn, and James Gunn probably liked him, so he put him on the movie.
You mean an actor?
Yes.
Okay,
Actor.
that's different from a character.
You talking about John Cena was in it?
No. So, dude, I can't put his name is very, very African, so I can't pronounce his name.
Why not, bro? Aren't you African?
Yes,
No,
but
it's
not in this country.
I mean, we knew that guy was gonna be in it because he showed up to San Diego Comic-Con in full costume.
He did.
It's the guy. He's the guy that created Rocket.
Oh, that's
like
what
all
he is.
blue and has like the cybernetic parts and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I don't.
That's who a project.
He's not in the trailer,
what
at
he's
least
talking
I don't think. But we
They
see.
show him from behind.
Okay, that's probably why. So we got to
Yeah.
see this trailer. It's been a while because it comes out this summer, I believe.
I think it's a summer movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a summer movie. So this looks like it's going to be another on par with Guardians 3. We might see some people might die though. I won't be surprised if a couple characters die. So
Yeah. I mean, I would agree with you. I think it's a high probability and whatnot. It's weird because it's been a long time since I saw Volume 2. When was that? 2017? 2016?
Has it been that long?
Shit, it's been.
I mean, it's hard because there's been like a void for like 2 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, because 2020 was like a 10-year void, so
Yeah.
it's kind
But
of.
then also like they were in like Thor, and then we had like
They are
Endgame
in
and all
Thor.
this other stuff that happened.
Yeah.
So
That was 2017. Yeah.
Was it 2017? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a minute.
It was interesting because God damn it, Batista. He's gonna stop playing Drax, and apparently in the first film it took him 4 hours to put his makeup on, and then 2 hours to take his makeup off. So he had to show up like way before everybody else did, and then leave like way after everybody else did. That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
He still handled it better than Jennifer Lawrence.
I was gonna say Prodigy's girl Jennifer Lawrence did the same shit.
She bitched about that shit to anybody who would listen. But yeah, I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic. I need to see the trailer again because I don't know why the fuck I missed Adam Warlock. But
Yeah, he's in it for a quick. It's not a blinking
Yeah.
and miss it, but he's very much in your face in the camera. He's in it for like a good 10 seconds. It's not. He doesn't really do anything. You just see he's in it. So we don't know what he's doing, but you get to see him, in full garb, so it should be interesting to see what they do with him in this film.
So I saw this theory about the Guardian of the Galaxy's title cards, where the color scheme of the title card kind of represent who dies in the movie. So like in the first one, it's kind of like a brownish kind of woodsy color. Group died that one, and then the second one, it's like blue, gold, and red. And Yandu died, and that was kind of his color scheme. And then this one, it's like kind of a metallic with like some yellow to it too. So not exactly sure who that could be, but that's a theory that's kind of been running on the internet, which is kind of crazy.
Wait a minute, and my timeline is all fuzzy on this shit. But in game, one of those Gamoras died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in Endgame, Gamora died.
So is this pre-Endgame or post-Endgame, or was there another Gamora? I can't remember.
What is it? There's a Gamora in this one too, because since
she
came back
she comes
from
back.
the past or whatever.
Oh
Past
yeah,
Gamora.
didn't her soul get taken and put in the soul gem though?
Yeah, so
if that came
2014, Gamora got pulled into 2020.
That's what it was. Yeah. Now
Yeah, she
Yeah.
came with Thanos before she like bounced.
Yeah, before she even met the Guardians. So it's 2014 Gamora. She's in Guardians 3, so we'll see what that kind of relationship happens. So I think there's going to be a lot of shit happening in this movie, but the trailer only gives you like a little snippet. Like you don't see a whole lot of stuff happening. You just see
what a trailer
really
should do.
big stuff happen. Yeah. So it's just kind of crazy. Just very big set pieces is what you see.
Oh, do we have any confirmation of Nebula being in this? I know there was all that time
she's in it.
stuff with her.
She's in it.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's in it. Because I guess I wonder, is there two of her then? Because both of them.
She kills one of them dies.
It does.
That's right. In game.
Yeah, in game, one of them dies.
How did she die? I don't remember that one.
Kills herself. The current Gamora kills the Zealot Gamora. So stabs her. So and then I don't know if you've seen the holiday special, but that Gamora's in that, or not Gamora, but
Kevin Bacon's
Nebula?
in it.
Yeah, Nebula's in that. Yeah, I lost the train, but Nebula's in it. It's pretty interesting.
Have you guys watched the Christmas special?
I have.
No, I didn't.
It's pretty
I didn't
fucking
see
funny.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I keep
Bacon's
anytime
pretty hilarious.
somebody says like something anything vaguely sci-fi and Christmas special, I think of Star Wars.
Star Wars.
And
Yeah.
so that's a hard pass. Usually for me.
Yeah.
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 This was actually done pretty funny. It's actually pretty. It captures the Christmas spirit and the characters of Guardians pretty well. It's actually pretty funny.
Good shit.
And there's a couple of Easter eggs that happen in the film. You're like, what the fuck just happened? How did that happen? So it's pretty awesome. Moving on, the Indiana Jones trailer. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So Indiana Jones 5. There's a trailer.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I'm not trying to. Obviously, get your money, Harrison Ford. You're a billion years old and you got all the money in the world, but I don't know if it's the day and age of Indiana Jones for me anymore. Now, younger fans or whoever, by all means. But it was what was that Crystal Skull one?
Yeah,
that crushed my soul.
that was like one of the worst endings ever. Like when I was kind of okay with the whole movie until the end, and I was like, how fucking a flying fucking saucer? Are you serious? A flying fucking saucer? Like, come on, man.
And it's fucking Crystal Skull is the skull of a fucking alien race that somehow starts back up the ship.
Yeah, that whole ending, I was just like, you lost me like completely. Like that was terrible. That was one of the worst endings I ever saw of any movie.
Yeah.
But other movie was like that. It had like some crazy, like the plot just went AWOL at the end. I can't think of one that was like that, but like, goddamn.
The other sad thing is like the first trilogy of Indiana Jones, like ending with the one with Sean Connery at the end.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was a solid. All three of those were solid as fuck. You know.
were.
So we'll see. But the other thing is, I know Harrison Ford doesn't necessarily give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? He doesn't seem like he gives a single solitary fuck. He's just doing it to do it because of the money and whatnot. I don't know. And they tried to remember the Young Indiana Jones, that series way back in the day?
Yeah, it's on. I think it may or may not be on Disney Plus now, but I heard it got decent reviews when it was like the best thing on there.
Oh man, you're choppy.
Yeah, it's him.
Did I remember there was like a PSA because of the Indiana Jones movie about like people going into like refrigerators and getting stuck in there because I guess there's a scene in one of the Indiana Jones where he gets into a
Yeah.
refrigerator because the city's about to get fucking bombed and he survived it, but like I guess kids were doing it
Yeah.
too. They're getting stuck in there. And then
Yeah.
Punky
Oh,
Brewster had to make a PSA
Yeah.
of telling people not to do that.
Yeah, if you're getting bombed, you jump into a refrigerator. You're just gonna die inside a refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, I was about to say
yeah.
you're just gonna melt inside. Like, what the fuck?
There's no point.
But again, that was like a refrigerator from like the 60s. That thing probably indestructible.
No, even still though, like if it's fucking waffles on you, how the fuck are you gonna
Yeah, I
get
know.
out? Are you just gonna die starving and shitting on yourself and pissing? Like that's a terrible way to die. I'd much rather just get fucking crushed instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just end it real quick.
Yeah.
End it all. So
Well,
yeah,
remember
there
too,
was
they
that
also
one.
just used to like when a refrigerator didn't work anymore and you couldn't repair it, or, you know, you would just throw that in the vacant
the
lot.
lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the lake.
The whole ass refrigerator.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
abandoned refrigerators used to be all over the place in like the 70s and 80s.
That's true.
Like it was
Yeah,
common.
they'd be on the street.
Full of fucking freon and lead and probably some uranium too. Nobody
Yep.
cared. It's like whatever. And they got kids playing in them. Like there's mold and all kinds of fucked up shit in there. And of course, because Indiana Jones are staying inside of them. See, full circle. This is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
See, I remember
Yeah.
a Fat Albert. I remember a fucking Fat Albert
Yeah, I remember
TSA
that shit too.
for not going in refrigerators because it was just so much of a problem.
What?
Like, it was more than just
I don't remember
Indiana
that
Jones.
one.
It was all over the
That's
place.
funny because Fat Albert was always in the refrigerator. And that's hence why he was fat. And his name was Albert.
Oh god dang!
Holy shit!
That's the first thing Bill Cosby said when he got out of jail.
All right, what
so
other
then
trailers
next,
you got?
the other trailer, did y'all see? Oh, the Super Mario trailer, which is out in a couple months.
Mhm.
There's a second trailer, a longer trailer,
I saw that. Yeah.
where they encompass like Mario Kart and like classic Mario's, like Mario 1, 2, and 3, Mario Kart. And I think one other Mario game I can't think of, but
Well, you get.
you see different worlds and stuff. Go ahead.
I was just going to say you get the platforming elements too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we hear a different version of the voice. So some people still against it. Some people like, oh, okay, I get it now. So we will see once the film drops in April. But
Something like that.
yeah,
It's weird for me because like I love the fucking art and Jack Black and Bowser. It looks fucking great, like excellent. I don't like the normal talking, Chris Pratt Mario. I just disagree with that choice. Maybe it gets better as you're watching the movie. I haven't fucking seen it yet, but it's a turnoff.
In the second trailer, he does kind of have a slight, Mario accent in some of the lines.
Went back.
Yeah,
so some people are okay with it. We'll see. But this is coming up pretty quick, and so a lot of Mario fans are out there. This could explode, become amazingly big, or this could fucking peter out and be like the death of like, a franchise before it even takes.
No, because this is the problem is that people like us were complaining about it. I don't think any single kid gives a fuck about that. Like, because my daughter, she doesn't care. She wants to just watch the movie, so she doesn't care. Like, she doesn't know who Chris Pratt is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I get it. I just worry a little bit, and again, it probably will be overcome, but I worry a little bit about, again, sounding like Mario. We know how Mario sounds. We really do. Yeah. Even little kids know how he sounds. You know what I mean? At least for his core phrases and expressions and whatnot. But we'll see. The only one, who's doing the voice of Luigi?
I was just about to look that up.
That's a good question. Actually, I don't know. But he's in trailer.
Luigi is played by Charlie Day.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. That's even more. I don't know if that's more egregious. It's a guy from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah, I can't stand that.
Okay.
I can't stand that dude. His voice is annoying.
And he's like one of the. If you've seen Horrible Bosses, he's in that shit too.
Yeah, that's where I remember him from. He's in a bunch of other things too, but yeah.
Dude, if Jennifer Aniston was coming on to me like that.
Yeah, man. I was gonna say he's in Pacific Rim.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'll say
Pacific
this
Rim
too.
job.
Before Sega was involved in the Sonic movies, right?
Who?
Yeah,
Was Sega
Sega.
involved in the movies?
Oh, the Sonic ones?
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have had to. I mean, it's
Yeah,
their.
they're involved.
Okay.
It's
Okay,
their
I
property.
didn't know if they just like licensed it away or whatever to like a studio to do it, but
Yeah.
obviously Nintendo saw that, saw both of those movies do really, really well and seemed to have even some more buzz for the third one. They got a trilogy on their way, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and they even have a new
I think
show.
so,
They
yeah.
have a new show too that my daughter loves to watch. So
Oh, that's right. I heard about that. But I mean, Sonic was really good though. Like I paid my money to see it, and I was like thoroughly like gratified by those films. So
yeah. So hopefully it works out. I'm pulling for
so
them.
we'll see. And then this one I didn't know was coming. I didn't know. I thought this was dead on arrival. But we have a
Yeah.
new Transformers movie out this summer, and the trailer kind of slapped a little bit. It's kind of crazy. Which
James Gunn
Transformer
is on
Rise
it.
of the Beast.
it looked
Not
pretty
James
good.
Gunn. Michael Bay.
I don't know if he's on it. It doesn't look like
No,
it.
it's the same guy who did Bumblebee.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
same
Okay.
director.
So
So
I
we
mean,
know
I
it-
actually enjoyed Bumblebee. So
Oh, Bumblebee.
this looks like, this looks like this might be a kind of a reboot, or like it's like a continuation, revamping kind of thing. Because we have Optimus Primal meeting Optimus Prime literally in the first 10 seconds of the trailer. We see like a crazy battle. We see what looks like Jazz, but some people apparently he may be Mirage instead of Jazz, even though he has the same Porsche style as Jazz did. We get some new characters. It looks like I don't know if it's Spike, but we get a new human. Quote unquote.
My question is this, and I haven't seen the trailer yet. I'll watch it after this. Is there still going to be Tyrese in it?
No, there's no Tyrese.
No.
Okay, then I'll watch it. Yeah, maybe I'll watch it.
So
Did
actually,
you see the
correction.
last two? He's not
It's not the
either.
same director as Bumblebee. It's this director did Creed 2.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Stephen Capel Jr.
Okay. I
He
mean,
doesn't
the
have
trailer.
that many movies under his belt.
The trailer
So
kind of
he's got three.
slaps. So, and Creed 2 was actually kind of decent. So, I don't know. I wasn't really expecting to like this. I actually watched it several times. I'm like, this really can't be this good. But I'm super intrigued by this. It looks like there's a huge Avenger-style battle towards the end of the fucking trailer. So, I'm kind of cautiously optimistic about this one.
Yeah, I mean, it looked good to me too. I like the way that Optimus Prime looked, especially. He looked exactly like he looked like back in the '80s. So that was really cool to go back to the old school, big rig look, and it looks like more natural. It's not like super over the top. The way that Michael Bay did it, like everything, and he just kept doing more and more over the top shit as the movies went on.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Bay never had Megatron turn into a gun, did he?
I don't think he did.
No, he turned into a tank. No, he turned into a tank.
Yeah.
And Megatron was a triple changer in his movie. He turns into a tank and a jet. So,
God damn.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to turn into a gun, and Starson's got to shoot somebody.
Exactly.
That's the way it's supposed to happen.
Exactly. I need that to happen.
Yeah.
that's what usually happens.
And he was
Well,
like,
we'll
wasn't he like a Desert Eagle or something? He was some big handgun, right?
It wasn't Desert Eagle, but it was like a crazy, like big ass laser gun.
Yeah, it had a fucking So it had a
He,
scope on it, and he had like a brace and shit on it. It was fucking super decked out. And I remember back in the day, because if you had Megatron, they were stopping kids because it looked like a fucking gun, and like they're
What's
thinking
what's
kids
crazy
had
about
a gun 'cause they
Megatron?
had, like,
What's crazy about Megatron was that they never explained how he gets smaller to become a gun, because usually Starscream would be the one that would be shooting with him. It didn't make sense until later when he became after Unicron upgraded him, he became like a fucking like a cannon or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he
But
became Galvatron.
it's kind of cool. We also get RC is going to be in this, and she's actually going to be voiced by
right.
Lisa Koshy, which is kind of dope.
That's right.
Yeah. And Pete Davidson is doing Mirage, the voice of Mirage.
Damn, that the Megatron gun does look like an actual gun too, like the old toy.
The toy.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks like
it does.
especially when you break
That's
it down. If you take it apart, it looks just like a fucking gun.
Holy shit.
And it's like it's metal and plastic, so yeah.
All bad.
All bad. I mean, but if you have it now, I mean, Gion can tell you an original Megatron probably goes for a lot of money now. So,
Oh shit, I remember this. Yeah, it does. What the fucking gun?
There you go.
And then I don't know if you guys saw the latest trailer that dropped. Was it yesterday? The Ant-Man Quantumania trailer dropped.
Oh
I did.
yeah.
I was actually really impressed by the trailer because it looks like it's going to be another like MCU changing event, possibly with Kang.
Mhm.
So I think that'd be really cool to see. I'm gonna watch it. I got an invite to watch it on I think the other premiere. So
There you go.
I'm
Yeah,
looking
it
forward to
did like
going.
you and
Probably didn't want to
like
go
Cronus
though.
was saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know this.
I'm, I'm gonna
This
be.
is gonna.
Yeah, I mean, just to be. It's not that I completely hated the first and second Ant-Man movie. They weren't awful by any stretch, but they weren't like memorably great for me either. So, I'm not gung ho about the third one per se. You know.
So this one will kick off Avengers level like event because we're getting an Avengers film based off of Kang, and even though we see Kang in Loki, we see a version of him there. We see what happens after the event of Loki and how we got this version of Kang, and history is going to be different.
Loki fuck shit
So,
up.
It's going to be interesting. Yeah, Loki and Sylvie did fuck shit up, and we see him in his pretty cool fucking mask because like in the comics, everyone thought that's his face, but it's actually a fucking mask
Yeah, that's true.
because he takes it off in the comics. He takes that shit off, and this one it like folds in on himself. It's actually pretty fucking awesome. We get MODOK in this too. MODOK's in the fucking trailer. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck is MODOK
MODOK was
doing?
always a goofy ass character to me,
Yeah,
but
some
all
big
right.
ass
Yeah.
flying head.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a giant floating fucking head. He should be goofy. Like, what the fuck? So he actually has a show. He has a on Hulu. It's actually, he's voiced by Patton Oswalt. It's
Okay.
actually pretty fucking. It's actually kind of fucked up. He has a fucked up family life. It's all bad. But
It's only
this
went for one
looks
season though, right? The
So
MODOK
far,
show
yeah,
on
that was-
Hulu.
MODOK and Hitmonkey are only one season so far. But this looks like this is going to kick up a major fucking event. Like we see some Kang like dropping powers, and looks like he's trying to manipulate Ant-Man. It looks like there's some freaky shit happening with people melting away into smaller pieces. Fucking, it looks pretty fucked up. So I'm excited. This is out next month, literally a month from like 3 days from now or some shit.
February 17th.
Yeah, I'm excited, and it's right after the Super Bowl.
Transformers.
So yeah, this is gonna be a good. I think one that should be watched. I mean, the other Ant-Mans were just fun, but this one looks like this is a big piece of a larger puzzle. So
Is T.I. in this one? I didn't see T.I. in the trailer.
no, I think they didn't offer him back his role, and I think they explain why in the film as well.
Dang. No T.I. All right.
I mean, they go to the quantum realm, so I'm pretty sure he's not going to do well there. So yeah,
You don't know that. T.I. got talent. I don't know.
We
Yeah,
need
doesn't-
the one Latin dude to tell
Yeah.
the story again.
oh yeah, just fucking awesome.
He's the rubber
Doesn't
rubber
T.I.
band
have-
man. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Forget the rest of the song though. I was gonna quote some lyrics, but I forget the rest of the song.
Oh man.
Can't you
Wasn't there a
pretend,
trailer?
man? Go ahead.
Wasn't there a trailer for Loki that dropped too recently?
I didn't see a trailer. So there's a Disney Plus trailer, but it shows snippets of Loki as well as Ahsoka too. But it doesn't really.
wait. Blue. Loki leaves. Atreus remains. Right? Did I get it right? Did I get the quote right? Loki leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Atreus
man,
stays.
that's y'all got to play God of War. Beat
Yeah,
that
no.
shit.
Yeah, I haven't finished it. I'm almost finished with High on Life. I'm on the final boss.
Oh, that fucking final boss is an asshole.
Yeah. Well, the guy before who's an asshole, he makes you take drugs without your consent.
Yeah, that whole game is fucking ridiculous, man.
This game's fucking wild, man. I'm like, fuck, dude, this is fucking wild. This game's fucking me up. So it's awesome. So I'm probably gonna finish it tonight or tomorrow. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, what else was on there? Prodigy, did you already speak on Modern Warfare 2? Because you just got it when
Yeah. Just really quickly, I wanted to say, so far I'm fucking liking the multiplayer on there. I know I've played with a little bit of a few games with Stitch and with Old Ninja. What was that, DMZ? You know that
yeah, DNG.
that shit is fucking fire. You can't always tell immediately whether you're going up against AI or humans. And that just speaks to how great the AI is, to be honest. So that map is good. I hope they add more maps. It sounds like it looks like there is a map that's unlocked, or it's locked for me.
So there's a map they only unlock for the weekends. You need a key to access that map. So you got to go to the big map, find a key to get into the smaller map. The smaller map has really tough AI as well as other people in it. It's got really high end loot, but the longer you stay in, the more advanced the AI enemies get. They put a sentry fucking robot in there to fuck you. They have sentry turrets that come out. They have people with rockets that try to get you, and you have to get out. You get like 12 minutes to get what you can and get out. So it's pretty nerve wracking, but
I'm a sucker. I'm always a sucker for like really good co-op, along with like, you know, the PvE and PvP going on at the same fucking time. That shit is fun. So I'm liking it quite a bit. And even the just straight multiplayer, that shipment is just sporadic and fucking nothing but death and shooting and more death and shooting and shooting and shooting. So I'm liking it. I'm digging it. It's a nice palate cleanser after finishing up Ragnarok, you know, because this one's completely just great shooting. That's it. You know what I mean? And even the campaign, it's solid so far. I haven't finished it.
Oh, you're playing the campaign?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, playing the campaign. So they finally did, as very few other first-person games do, where you actually play the fucking campaign, you actually get benefits for multiplayer, like things you can only get from the campaign. You can use in multiplayer, so it gives you the incentive to play, and it's actually a really good campaign. The campaign's pretty good.
Yeah, the only thing I'm going to say too, though, is this has maybe the worst title screen that I've seen in a AAA game in a long fucking time. The campaign, which, you know, not everybody plays when they get a Call of Duty, but the majority of people dip their toe in. It's like buried at the very bottom, buried under like multiple other layers and shit. Like I couldn't even find the campaign at first. It's weird as shit. It's not fucking like right there. Multiplayer, campaign, DMZ or Warzone or whatever. That's not how it is. It's like buried in the fucking title screen.
Yeah, it's
weird
at the bottom.
As shit.
It's even funnier because like the co-op missions are before the campaign.
Yeah, it's buried.
It's all
so
like
it's funny.
Credits first, then accessibilities, then like controller layout.
Yeah, it literally is kind of like that. But it's funny because like the campaign's actually pretty good, but like there's a lot of stuff that is packed into this Modern Warfare. Like you can do co-op, which is like your own. It's you and someone else. So it's only right now. It's only 2-player co-op. And there's a raid. There's a 3-person raid you can do. There's the DMZ is like the new, like controversial, the new hotness because you can play the DMZ however you want to play. Because with the AI in it, you can literally kind of play like Ghost Recon style in a Modern Warfare game. You can hunt for loot. You can hunt for other teams. You can play however the fuck you want to play in this mode. Versus in Battle Royale, you're playing to survive, to be to kill, to be the last person alive. This one, you play to survive. You can get in and play however you want in DMZ, and then you know it makes the experience different because you can literally customize how you play in the game.
Yeah, you can also lose your fucking guns too if you don't exit the right way.
So that's the penalty of the game. That's something that gives the appeal. Because if you go in and there's no penalty, then what's the point?
Yeah. So, it's a good fucking solid ass game. And I did see, and I think I posted in the chat. Looks like PlayStation is dropping some fucking fire, like on the PS Plus stuff. Have y'all been paying attention?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think they're games. Most of the games that I have. So.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Though.
Most of them are good. Most of them are good games, but most of us probably already have them already.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, Fallen Order, Fallen Order.
Yeah, Fallen
Order. It looks like maybe at the end of this month, or maybe it was next month. DMC, Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. They were talking about Back for Blood, which we just bought. What was it, last year or the year before?
Last year came out a year ago.
Damn,
it's been a year.
You also have
Back for Blood continues. it continues to add content as well.
Yeah, and you also have Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Life is Strange, Jet, Just Cause 4, which is Just Cause games are always kind of fun. A game called Omno Erica, which I don't know what any of these are. And then you get if you have premium, you get classic games like Siphon Filter 3, Star Wars Demolition, and Hot Shots Golf 2. Those are PS1 games. So
Okay. Yeah, good shit. I mean, look, I'm impressed. If Back for Blood is free, then I got to get my toe back in that shit and start playing again. Because holy fuck.
Yeah, you guys gotta invite me
if
in so
you're-
I can play a game.
if
Because
you're
I think I played
watching-
for a very short time, and then you guys start playing other games. I was like, shit, I remember what I played with.
I played like the demo or something. I remember playing it like for a second, then I stopped playing it. So I don't think I have it.
Oh, I played until I beat the campaign. Then I stopped, and they added like more characters and more shit to do. So I played it once just to see what it was like. I haven't gone back, and I know since then they've added way more shit to the fucking game. So it's definitely a fun game to pick back up, play with your homies, and just like squat up and do shit. Because you always have fun killing zombies.
Absolutely. Cronus, what you playing on that Steam Deck?
Right now I went back to playing what is it? Have a Nice Death Day, which is always kind of fun. It's like
That sounds like a horror movie. The fuck?
it's a rogues-like game where you play as basically death and you try to escape the monotony of ruling the underworld of paperwork. So it's a side scroller. Kind of like a hack and slash. It's pretty fun, and they keep adding in more and more content because I stopped playing it for like a really long time, and then I came back and they added in like all this new like fresh stuff, including like new levels and new weapons and even new just like animations and like the UI is a little different too. So the game's been constantly fun to play. I haven't beaten it yet, but it's still fucking fun. So yeah, I just beat High on Life, and then I played a couple more games that I don't know. I got Ultra Kill. It was on sale, and that's like an old school, like almost like Doom era, original Doom era shooter. So it's like crazy fast and sort of blocky. And then there's another one that I got that I didn't really like. Oh, Ghost Song. It's like a Metroidvania game, but I don't really like it. For some reason, I don't really like the game. Like you start off in like this fucking boss battle. And I died like probably 6 times because I didn't know. Like, it took like legit 5-6 fucking minutes to beat this goddamn thing in the very beginning of the game, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm just like it seemed like one of those things where you're not supposed to beat it, So I'm just like, oh fuck it, well I died, whatever, and then I kept putting back at the same spot.
Can you go? You can't go a different direction.
No.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, there are definitely those games.
I mean, I beat him, and then eventually I progressed, but then there was like a lot of more shit like that where it's just like, this is like really difficult. So yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's I need to go back to it, but that's how Hades felt originally for me. I need to try it again, but I was just like, yo, I'm getting my fucking ass.
Well, this is the thing about like the rogues-like games is that like I feel like it gets easier the more you play it, which is kind of hard to like tell anybody. It's like they give you more Vaseline, I guess, as you're getting asked.
Oh damn.
But yeah, a lot of these games, like same thing with Hades is like a good example, where like first, like when you're playing it, you don't really know what your play style is. First of all, so you're gonna get murdered like easily because you probably got the first weapon you get probably isn't the one you want, like the sword. Like I didn't really like the sword at all. I'm a spear guy. And then it's like all of the incremental like upgrades you get over time that matter. And so you don't necessarily know like what your playstyle is like getting those randomized fucking things. But once you get the hang of that, then it gets a lot easier for all those games.
I got to figure out where the fucking save points are in that one because I felt like I would get lost in the map and I'm like, whoa, I died and now I'm back to the very, very beginning.
That's normal. If you die, you go back to the beginning and it random. That's how rogues-like games are. You lose you lose the vast majority of your shit, and then you start back in the beginning, and then you go back to a randomized map.
Damn, yeah, that got old.
Oh,
yeah.
I was gonna say in like not even 10 and like 10 to 13 days, the Monster Hunter Rise will be on the next gen consoles.
I might fuck with
So-
that. Now, doesn't it has dogs instead of the cats?
Yeah, well, it has both. It has like
Hmm.
you have like a pet dog and a pet cat, like a dog that you can use as a trail rider. So in the last one, you can call like a creature from the world and jump on to ride it to a monster. This one has a dog built in where you can ride to take to a monster or whatnot.
Yeah, let
But
me
this is
what that one's all about. I might
so
fuck-
this one for the Xbox players, this will be on Game Pass.
Oh, nice.
Game Pass
That's
game
cool.
day one. So I'm like, fuck, and it will be cross-platform. I don't know if you can play with people on the Switch though. That's the only thing.
Bruh, so
Because this will be on Steam as well.
let me just tell you this quick GameStop story. So I wanted to get a new game for Riley because she had like a dance.
That's a recent story.
It's a what?
I said it's a recent story. I thought you were going back to like high school.
No. It's like super recent, like last weekend. Because she just did a dance camp and she likes dancing. She did actually a really good job. So it was a lot of fun. So I figured, I'll get her the latest version of Dance. What was it?
Dance Revolution or
No, not Dance Dance Revolution.
Just Dance.
Just Dance?
Yeah, Just Dance 2013. So I go to GameStop, try to get it. I get her like a little pop socket thing because she wanted one, or pop vinyl. I get to the register. I'm like, yeah, let me get Just Dance 2013, 2023 or whatever the fuck it was. He's like, oh, yeah, we don't have that. They're all digital now. I'm like, oh shit, I got to download it. Okay, that's fine. And so, I was like, okay, well, let me get a, do you have any Xbox Series X's? He's like, oh yeah, we got those. I'm like, all right, let me get one of those, and let me get Halo Infinite. And then he goes, oh yeah, we don't have Halo Infinite. I'm like, what the fuck, man? So like, okay, do you have? I think it was like Gears, or there was like another like Xbox exclusive game they actually had, and they don't have that either. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, come on, man, are you serious? Like, you got the Xbox, but you ain't got no fucking games for the Xbox. Like,
They got ham but no burger.
what the hell, man? I was like, you know what? Just forget it. I just got the pop vinyl. I was just like, fuck it. This is irritating.
Did you try another store?
No, I was just humiliated in a store trying to get some shit. I was just like, fuck it.
So,
I'm just gonna
yeah.
go and cut my losses.
Over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. No, it makes fucking sense.
You know what's funny? I've had that same experience, but with like PlayStation.
Really?
I'm just like, dude, yeah, at GameStop, because I'm like, okay, I need this game. Well, which version do you need? I need a PS4 version. Oh, we don't have that. I'm like, what? What do you mean? And they're like, oh, we're sold out, or like we're only doing the PS5 version, or like there's always some bullshit, some kind of fuck.
That's some bullshit right there.
Yeah. What I should have got was Evil West. I should have just picked that up for the PS5 and just call it a day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that did.
Because I want to play that one.
The one that seemed to disappoint me in terms of reviews was that Callisto Protocol.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, a friend of mine, he was hyping it up so bad he couldn't wait. He's like, "It's by the guys who did Dead Space and all this shit." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's not coming." He's like, "Dude, I'm buying it. Trust me. Like, I'm gonna trust the people's reviews." He bought it. He played it. The following week, he's like, "Dude, it's boring." I'm like, "What?" All that shit. He's like, "Yeah, dude." He's like, "Dude, I played like 2-3 hours, and he's like, I couldn't play anymore. It was boring." I'm like, what the fuck? All that shit he was talking. So yeah, dude. I'm sorry. Did you buy it? I'm like, no, I didn't buy it. So yeah. Don't
Buy it into the hype.
God, dude.
Yeah.
He did buy it to hype. I mean, the hype was there though. You had Dead Space is a phenomenal game, and then you have the creators of Dead Space doing a spiritual successor to it, and you're like, this has got to be amazing. And then like, man, that's kind of disappointing.
Sometimes it works out, sometimes it don't.
I switch gears just a little bit. Have you guys been catching up on any anime recently?
Just Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, no, I've been a little off, but go ahead.
I mean, I've been watching Bleach, the 10,000 Blood War, Year War with Blood War. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, both of those are both Bleach and Chainsaw Man. They're done now. Season's up.
Yeah.
So I had to pick up a new anime, and I decided to start watching Trigun Stampede, which is like the new Trigun series.
Shit, that's right. It dropped. Yeah.
And there's a lot of controversy because it's CGI, like the animation, which
it is.
Traditionally, I don't like the CGI look. It just looks weird to me for anime.
Yeah.
But this one, It's really fucking good. It looks really good. Like I watched the whole episode, and honestly, the CGI is not a downside.
So
How's the
thing
where can you watch it at?
Hulu.
Okay.
the thing that gets me with like some CGI anime from like 5-6 years ago was always like the frame rate
Yeah,
was always choppy. It felt extra choppy and almost like disruptive. So it sounds like it's smooth.
yeah. This one's is definitely smoother, and just like the actual way that it looks, it doesn't look like a cell shaded look. You can tell a little bit that it's CGI, but it's really hard to tell. It just looks like all the characters are like brighter. It's kind of hard to like really explain. You have to watch it, but it is definitely not a detractor to the show.
And is it the whole series or just the action sequences that are CGI?
The whole series. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Gotcha.
it's pretty funny too. Like it starts off in the beginning like not funny at all. It's kind of dramatic of like them like they're on a ship like exploring the stars, and then like the ship blows up, and like him and his brother get ejected, and apparently they end up crash landing on a planet. And
You changed the story up.
yeah, then it goes to like the future of like him being like the what do they call him? Hurricane
yeah.
something. It wasn't like Fast Stampede. It was like some ridiculous name. But yeah.
Oh god, what was it? I know it was like the double $1 million band or something like that.
He's got a $6 million bounty. I know that.
Yeah. What was his name? I'll look it up.
Steve Rogers or not Steve Rogers? Fuck.
The $6 million man.
Yeah, he's a bionic man.
Steve Austin, that's his name.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Yeah, it's actually it's pretty funny because like the end of the episode is like they're supposed to like this whole big duel, and it ends up like not being a duel. It's just I'm not going to give it away, but it's pretty fucking funny.
And did Hulu release all of them, or is it one by one? Week by week?
I don't know. I just watched the first one, and then I saw the second one came up, but I didn't have time to watch it because I was watching it. Tried to watch it last night, and I fell asleep, but it wasn't my fault because I was like fasting for a really long time, and I was fucking tired. So I was like, I only missed like maybe 2 minutes of it. I had to rewatch.
So it's his nickname was the human typhoon, a humanoid typhoon.
Yeah, that's
For
what they call
Bash.
him. Yeah,
And he had a $60 million double dollar bounty on him.
yeah.
Damn, I need to go back and rewatch Trigun
Dude,
OG.
The original one is it's really good. It's so funny, like anime back then, like characters were always just fucking thirsty. Like Bash is crazy fucking womanizer. He's not even like getting any, but he's just out there chasing chicks.
I mean, look, Johnny Bravo was the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was. Yes, he was.
Well, let's
Johnny
not
Bravo
the best
was
when he-
thirsty.
let's not forget about the OG Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah.
Oh, extra thirsty.
That he
So bad
was
they're
definitely
trying to
rapey
edit him
vibes
out.
though. He had rapey
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
he was using chloroform way back then.
Yeah, I mean, you
So,
know, that's
it
Stank
was
was
all
pretty bad. But he was always doing the talking and whatnot. That cat wasn't saying shit. The cat was like, just
Yeah.
Stank, and body language was saying, "Get the fuck away."
Do you ever see that episode where they flipped the script where Pepe Le Pew became a cat? Like the girl saw him as a cat and
Yeah, that was kind of
she
funny.
started chasing after him. Oh man.
It was kind of funny.
he's all hiding and shit. That was so funny. What was I gonna say? So the CGI anime show that I liked was Ghost in the Shell, the SAC 2042, I think, or 39. I thought that was actually pretty decent. I know there's a lot of blowback from it being CGI, but I thought it was pretty solid. The storyline's a little complicated, but I had no issues with the animation in the show.
Well, I think what was it? Knights of Sidonia. That was another one. That one was okay. Like the animation. That was a fucked up story too. But yeah.
Aren't we? I can't remember the exact date, but doesn't Attack on Titan final drop
Maybe.
in a
Yeah.
month or two?
Something like that. Yeah.
Me? No idea, because that should be switching up
Yeah.
like all the time. And same thing with One Punch Man season 3, supposed to be out this year, I guess.
Dude, I didn't even finish season 2 because it was a little rough, man.
Season 2 was rough because it's almost like a whole different show, but apparently it's going back to basics or some shit with this new season. So
It can
We'll
never
see.
get worse than what was that show with the cockroaches season 2?
Oh, Terraform
Terraform
Mars.
Terraform Mars. Yeah, Terraform Mars season 2 was like somebody should have been fucking thrown in jail for that. Like
Yeah, 'cause
seriously thrown in jail.
it started off so fucking solid, man. Like when
Yeah.
you see the uncensored fucking beat downs and then fucking roaches and all. I mean, it was awesome. Oh
Yeah.
wow.
So I kind of want to switch gears. There's a topic on here. It's been on here for a couple of weeks. I don't know what this is about. No one spoke on it that I know of. It's a hypno hustler. What is this about?
I don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
Oh, really?
Might have been
It's
Blue.
on
And now Blue's
Yeah,
gone.
Blue's. Yeah, Blue's gone. Okay. Well, we'll wait for him to come back on there.
Yeah, there was an update.
Prodigy.
Yeah, well, real quick, I was just going to say there was an update. I know we talked about it a little bit last week, but some good news. It looks like that Buffalo Bills secondary player is out of the hospital, and
Damar Hamlin.
yeah, Hamlin seems to be doing all right. I mean, I just wanted to take
Oh yeah.
some time to say that's good news. I'm fucking happy about that shit.
Yeah, it's fucked up because what the update I saw recently, just a couple days ago, he was on a breathing tube. I was
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck?"
Talking about Jeremy
Oh.
Renner.
No. Damar
No,
Hamlin.
we're talking about
Oh,
Damar Hamlin. Yeah, so there's I know there's still discussion now about what's going to happen in the future with further injuries that are similar, I guess.
Well, I think more than the
So-
immediate term is what's the NFL going to do for Damar Hamlin at this point? I think that's the
Ooh.
question that most of America doesn't really understand or really care about. But he's not a tenured NFL player.
Nope.
So
not
No, he's not.
they could just part ways and he could be fucked for the rest of his entire fucking life.
I'll say
He
they
could.
using history as any predictive force. That's exactly what they're going to do. And if let's say he is disabled and unable to really do anything with for the rest of his life, typically the NFL fights players like that on disability. So
Yeah. He had a GoFundMe, right? His GoFundMe within a day reached 6 million.
Yeah, it was for one of his charities though.
people save them.
I thought it was for him directly, like his medical bills.
No, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was one of his charities.
yeah, because it was out before his injury. It's something with the holidays or kids or something like that. You're right.
Okay,
Well, that's nice.
that's nice for the charity. What about him? What if he's disabled?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the NFL needs to do the right thing, but we're looking at historically, they're not.
The dude died, right? Because they had to jumpstart his
On
heart
the field.
again. Yeah.
Yeah, he was dead for a minute or so.
Yeah, all bad.
It's okay. You can be like me and be dead every day.
Yeah. All right, dang.
Every day I die a little bit more and more.
Really quick, Blue, did you put this hypno hustler on here? Nobody knows what this is about.
Hypno hustler. I don't remember. Let me see.
Yeah, let's not ring a bell for anybody, though. I'm sorry.
It's on the list. I didn't put it on here, so I don't know what this is about.
It feels like there's so much shit that happens, and sometimes it's like, oh man, I can't remember what the fuck it was.
No,
That's true.
I didn't put this on here. I looked it up and it's a Marvel character, black.
Yeah, he's gonna be
character?
in. Sorry, I didn't put it on here, but I know you guys are talking about now. It's gonna be the fucking singer guy. This is America. Childish Gambino.
Chad's gonna Donald
Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's gonna be in Spider-Man. He's gonna play him in Spider-Man.
Oh, the animated movie Spider-Verse.
Yes, Spider-Verse. Yeah.
Oh, in Spider-Verse. Okay. I was like, wait, what?
Okay.
Yeah, that's good, man. I remember when he was
Hydro?
on. Was it Community?
It is Community.
Yeah, and he was always at that time. That was one of his big breaks, and he was always talking about Miles Morales needs to be basically me. This is the coolest thing ever, So.
Oh, that's cool. He's gonna be in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that he voices Miles in the Spectacular Spider-Man or the
Ultimate. I think Ultimate.
Yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man. Yeah. I couldn't remember. I was like, there's so many Spider-Man movies or TV series that are out there. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and he's in No Way Home as well.
He is?
Oh no, not No Way Home. He's in Homecoming. That's what it was.
Oh yeah. I do remember that.
Yeah. So Prodigy, I think you you and myself are the only two who have seen this, but we haven't talked about Avatar: Way of Water.
Oh yeah. I was just going to talk about that. Let's do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So I saw this. Damn, I think I saw it opening fucking weekend. Uh, this shit in general was really fucking good. There's one character that I absolutely despise. I'm gonna call him Tarzan Boy. I think he irked me the wrong way, but he's not in it, in every fucking scene or whatever. But all the way around in terms of obviously the visuals, you know what you're gonna expect with James Cameron and all that. But the message and the overall plot seemed action filled. It didn't feel like it was a long ass movie, even though it really is 3 hours. I thought this was good. I thought it was maybe even better than the first one, and I'm excited about where the franchise is going to go from here on out. And it seems to be doing fucking really well. Like I thought it was close to 2 billion already or whatever. So, what do you think?
I didn't have an issue with Tarzan Boy. I knew he was like kind of a plot device, but unlike the MCU, he was actually used in a proper way. When MCU, like characters like Riri and America Chavez, they were kind of throwaway characters, kind of. In this one, Tarzan Boy was like he's connected more deeply into it, and he actually does something or something more meaningful in the movie. There was a lot of stuff in the film. It does more ecological awareness stuff in the movie, which I think is good. I think especially this is definitely a family movie.
Was
very much.
Was Greta Thunberg in there?
You know what?
It almost felt like it. She could have
been. She could have been a blue monkey. No idea.
Mhm.
But yeah, there was just. I mean, it's definitely signature Cameron stuff. It's definitely like let's bring awareness to ecological stuff. Let's make a statement. I thought it was typical Cameron stuff. It is a good movie. It really didn't feel like it was 3 hours, but I did miss the first like 10 minutes though. So I have to rewatch it. So it's because there were certain things that did not make sense to me, and it was mainly around the character of Grace, which is very weird. It's weird because you have a 70-plus-year-old woman playing a 14-year-old girl.
Exactly.
It's very strange, and then she plays herself. In the fucking film. So I was like, what the fuck? So I missed some of that kind of connection, but it definitely has a much bigger underlining significance in the film, especially the more later on as you watch it. So
I mean, I think everybody. I feel like it's been almost long enough to spoil it, but I won't like completely spoil. I will say this: the motive for making money for the whalers made so much fucking logical sense to me, like way more than the unobtainium shit from the first one. I got it immediately in terms of what they were doing and why they were doing it. It would make sense in any time fucking period. We would kill every one of them alien whales.
Yeah. So, but I felt that it was the same way for unobtainium.
Hey, he said they weren't whales. Okay.
Yeah, he does say they're not whales, even though they're fucking
alien whales. Yeah,
they're fucking whales. They sound like fucking whales in the movie. Like
they're alien whales.
Yeah, so I mean, with Untitled, it was the same thing. The only difference is mining. It's mining over indigenous people's land. So I feel like it was just the same. This one's just at sea. This is whaling at fucking sea. And what we almost did on our very own planet is literally different species of whales.
Yep. Wait, did you say there's fucking whales in this? Like people are fucking whales and fucking
No,
water?
nobody's fucking the whales.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's hair sex. There's hair sex.
It was probably Christopher Columbus. Couldn't find a way at sea, so.
One other quick thing though, and this should go. I understand people's legitimate gripe. If you are part of the Polynesian community, especially I think Maui. No, maybe I don't. One of the Pacific Islander groups that they were kind of alluding to with the green Navi, right? That shit seemed like direct one-to-one like relationship in terms of some of the tattoos, some of the dancing, some of the stuff. I mean, like it was very on the nose in terms of what he was trying to emulate with that. And some people took offense to that. I get it completely.
I don't think it was offensive. I think it was more like a shout out and a praise to that culture. So I mean,
but you heard
but I do get
beef.
it. No, I haven't really heard it, but I can see it construed that way.
Well, so let me put it in the terms that they are putting it in. You have some European and white actors playing the role of these aliens that culturally seem like they're Pacific Islanders from specific Pacific Islander tribes and nations. And that seemed off-putting to them.
Okay. I mean, and I get it. After watching the film, I totally get that. But I think his interpretation was to uplift those people and show the rest of the world, like, this is how you celebrate the earth and your people. And they do that with that nation.
Yeah,
so.
But I guess to Prodigy's point, though, they could have just used those people.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
They could have, but instead they used people like Kate Winslet and yeah. So
I mean, remember when they did the Moana movie? They had a lot of Pacific Islander voice actors. I mean, it was just that simple. Coco had a lot of Mexican voice actors. Like, I know it's not a direct, because yes, alien planet, whatever, but it was pretty close enough to where I could be like, okay, you got a point. It didn't stop me from seeing the movie. It didn't stop me from necessarily enjoying the movie. But I got a good vibe out of the whole sense of family and, made family, made tribe, whatever.
Wait, Vin Diesel was in this?
Hmm?
Vin Diesel was in this?
Might as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, he's the whale.
Doesn't matter if you swim a mile at a time.
Yeah.
By an inch.
Shout out to Zoe Saldana. I think she deserves some fucking nominations for this. Like, especially that third act or whatever, fifth act, whatever the final act was. I was like, holy shit, I'm scared of this fucking monkey bitch. Like, you know what I mean? She looked like she was about to burn the fucking world down. And to me, she was fucking scary. And I appreciate that, because she's super mom of the year, lovey-dovey in the first two acts. That third one, I was like, holy shit, she might kill every single fucking, I don't know what the fuck they call the humans, but the humans, on this fucking planet.
Oh, they call them the sky people.
Sky people, yeah, that's it. Yeah. But anyway, solid fucking movie all the way around.
So I actually watched a movie last weekend, which was weird for me because I'm keto right now, and y'all know me, I fucking love popcorn. And I didn't eat popcorn. It was sad. But I got the kid and, my significant other popcorn, and then of course my kid had to have me hold the fucking popcorn. I'm like, yeah, thanks, I'm just smelling this shit. Can't eat it or anything.
Your dad hold his
Yeah. God damn it.
Yeah, crunch, crunch, crunch.
Yeah. But anyway, we went to go watch damn it, Puss in Boots.
I was about to say, Amal, you didn't take her to see Megan, did you?
No, yeah, no. It was PG-13, right?
I believe so, yeah. But still.
I think it's called I think it's Puss in Boots: The Last Wipe or something like that.
The Last Wish.
Yeah, the last wish. It was pretty good. I was really surprised. It was it's basically the premise of it is Puss in Boots, he's down to his last life because he has 9 lives. Obviously, he's a cat, and he's down to his last one, and he didn't realize it. And there's like this wolf that hunts him like the whole movie, and he's like legit pretty scary looking. I was like, all right, like this wolf is basically death that's coming to like finally kill Puss in Boots because he was so frivolous with like all of his other 8 lives. And yeah, it's pretty good. And it's also cool to have like Selma Hayek and Antonio Banderas, doing their thing again, because she plays Kitty Softpaws.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Long live Selma Hayek. God damn that woman.
Yeah. I loved her ever since Desperado, man. I was like, man.
Jesus.
Go back and watch Desperado.
Dude, I'll never forget Dusk Till Dawn. Because I didn't even see the trailer for that movie. I just went fucking blind.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I went fucking blind and saw that shit, and I was like, okay, this is kind of a weird like road trip thing. Okay, they're stopping at some titty bar. All right, fine. And then she fucking jumps out with that fucking topless snake dance, and my fucking life was changed. Imagine being a teenager seeing that for the first time. Your fucking whole world gets rocked.
And then all of a sudden they're fucking vampires and shit. I was
Yeah.
that movie took such a fucking left turn. Like,
Yeah.
Dude, Harvey Keitel was in that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And he seemed all legitimate and whatnot, and he was, but man.
He's a preacher in that film.
Yeah.
Or he's a not disgraced, but he like left the faith. And he has two kids. He has an Asian kid and he has Juliette Lewis as his kids.
That's right. Dude, remember fucking Juliette Lewis? She used to be in some big ass fucking movies back in the day.
Now she's in big TV shows now. She's
What's
in TV.
Dude,
She does a lot of TV now. A lot.
one of my favorite scenes with Salma Hayek is in Fools Rush In, because there's a scene. It's literally like almost like that scene from Fast Time at Ridgemont High when the girl gets out of the swimming pool in the red bikini or whatever.
Yeah.
But this one is Salma Hayek getting out of a lake because she's in Mexico, and goddamn, she was fine as fuck.
So,
And she still I don't understand how she's like, I don't know, what, close to 50 now?
Yep.
I think she's past 50.
Jesus Christ, she's
Yeah, I think she's
56.
past 50.
Yeah, she's past 50. That's what I
She's
thought.
56 years old and still
Oh,
bad
wow.
as fuck. Like I don't understand like what soul she's taking, but yeah, she looks just as good as she did back then.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Sofia Vergara. She's 51. She's
Yeah.
bad. as fuck.
Yeah, that's awesomeness. Blue, what you been playing? Have you played any games lately?
No, but I saw this trailer earlier today for this. It was like a random trailer that was on YouTube. It was called Mech West, and it's basically like it's not steampunk, but like basically it's like the Western time, and somehow they were able to build robots to do like chores and tasks for them, and they all run off of coal. And I guess there's like this one robot this girl finds who can speak. It doesn't speak. It has like letters in like its mouth, so it turns letters to say what it's going to say. It looked really interesting, and like when I watched the whole entire thing waiting for it to say like, oh, coming to Disney, to fucking Netflix or Hulu, and it was like nothing. Like it just ended. Again, it wasn't a fan made. I mean, like it wasn't like a random account. Like it showed up as like a special trailer. Like it showed up as an ad on YouTube, and I haven't had a chance to look it up, but it looked really good. The animation style is very similar to like not the Mitchell family. What is it called? It's very classic like Netflix type show animation, like kind of like your put. It's like that new show that came out on Disney Plus. The one with the sons, like the father's like an adventurer. It's the one that kind of flopped in movie theaters, but did really
that's
well.
a Strange
on Disney
World.
Plus.
National Treasure.
Yeah, Strange World.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very similar animation style as that. So that's why I thought it was on like Disney Plus, but I was like, it doesn't have that Disney vibe. So I assume it was coming to Netflix. But let me see. I'm gonna try to look it up real quick. I think it's called Mech West.
I looked up Mech West. I don't think that's it. There's a company in like Australia or some shit that it goes to. But,
Might be like imaginary shit I just saw out of nowhere.
just tripping.
I'm gonna check my my YouTube history because I know if I'm watching YouTube. But look, it looked really good. It looked very interesting, and like there's like a scene where like it almost kind of gave me that not Wild Wild West vibes, but like I don't know. It seems like you guys gotta watch it. It's like it's very interesting how it's done and like the story that they're telling, but like there's no company associated with it, so I have no idea of when or what this is coming out on. Even if it's coming out into the movie theaters.
Oh shit.
So Stitch brought up a show in the chat like a week ago. I think it just dropped.
Which one?
I don't know if anybody's seen it. It has Giancarlo Esposito in it. Kaleidoscope. Anybody watch this?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yes.
Yeah. What?
Blue?
No, I was saying that's on Netflix, right?
It is on Netflix, but I'm saying, did anybody else watch it besides Stitch?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, not yet. It looks interesting. I saw the trailer and I was like, okay, maybe. But you know what got me stuck was Glass Onion. I still haven't finished it yet, but I was
Oh, you haven't finished it?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw Dave. I saw it like the weekend it came out. It was crazy.
Dude, I'm just gonna flat out say this. Dave Bautista might be the best wrestler turned actor we've ever seen.
I mean, that's kind of a long time. I mean, that's been the way for like the longest time. I mean, he was really good ever since when he was in goddamn James Bond. He played really good. He acted really well in that. He's been acting really solid. You know, he just got his start with Guardians of the Galaxy, but he's been doing really good like dramatic roles since then.
I agree.
So.
I agree. No, he's fucking phenomenal. I love him in almost everything. And then I like Janelle Monáe as well. It's good to see her back.
So how far are you in the film?
I'm
I don't want to
first 40, 45.
Oh, you have a ways to go because the film actually is kind of long. I guess it's like 2 hours, but it feels like two movies put together.
Yeah,
there's a huge like twist in the film. Like
I'm down for Detective James Bond. Like, you know what I mean? Like, give me more of it. Like,
what I want is his character to reboot Encyclopedia Brown or Leroy Encyclopedia Brown because Leroy is the kid's name.
There you
they
go.
tried to so it's funny because Leroy used to be a like Hispanic or like white person's name back in the day, and now when everyone's like seeing the name Leroy,
Leroy's French.
Yeah, but back in the day, a lot of the actors that had Leroy were like basically usually white, like in the 50s.
Yeah, I'm telling you specifically what type of white. They were French.
So a lot of people now are like, "Oh, his name's Leroy. Why isn't he black?" It's like, no.
Yeah, exactly. Same with Jerome.
Yeah. Oh, the best is Tyrone. That's my favorite. There's a actor. His name's Tyrone. I can't remember his last name, but he was one of the first Zorros.
Yeah.
He's a Hispanic actor. His name's Tyrone, and he played fucking Zorro in like the late 40s, early 50s.
Yeah, but
I think it's before Disney took over too.
But it goes back to some just blatant fucking racist shit. Like anything that resembles something that might be considered black, folks want to get from.
Folks want to get the fuck out of the way.
Absolutely.
Way the fuck out of the way. Just like that's why those NFL players be like stuck with fucking like just the NFL because they got crazy ass names. Unless you're Marshawn Lynch, you'll think.
All right, so I found out the show. It's called Mech West. Well, they have a website called Mech West Show, and it's not available anywhere yet. So it's created by a 3D studio called Anime School Studios. It's like anime without the E, but then squeeze in school. That's like how you put it together. But yeah, it's a story about it's a world where robots are kind of running around, kind of helping people out. And it's not a movie. It's actually going to be a TV show that I guess they're trying to pilot. But there's this girl named Pearl. She's a young girl who likes robots. You know, she tries to like look at them as being friends, but everybody else is kind of being like assholes to these robots. But she discovers a robot called Six, who's like a childlike robot, and he shows signs of intelligence. And she befriends them, and the two like kind of go on adventures and stuff like that. But yeah, the the trailer I saw was like really well done I'm like, is this like a new studio that's coming out or anything? But it says it was founded by David Gallagher, who's an animator, rigger, and former character developer supervisor at Blue Sky Studios.
Oh, Blue Sky. So Blue Sky is James Cameron's studio.
Okay.
That's his animation studio. And being a rigger is he's done like claymation or he's done skeletal model work on a computer. So that's usually a current rigger, but also rigger can also be someone who does claymation rigging, where they do like digit by digit or joint by joint animation.
Not to be confused with a rimmer, because that's a whole different thing. You know what I mean?
No. Also a rigger in the fetish world is someone who ties you up.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch it up just a little bit. I feel bad for Henry Cavill. I really hope this 40,000 Warhammer 40,000 million years under the sea or whatever the fuck this shit is called. I really hope it works out for him. God damn, this man can't get a break for shit.
What are you talking about? So he left Witcher. He wasn't fired. He left. And I think he left to do Warhammer because when Cronus and I
do more soups. He said he left to do more soups, and then then they were like, nope, there ain't gonna be no more soups with you. And now he's like, oh well, I got Warhammer.
Yeah. So when we saw him at Comic-Con. He talked about Warhammer because he loved Warhammer
Yeah,
and he loved World of Warcraft. So I'm not surprised in the least that he's doing this. This is like a dream project for him. Like he loves Warhammer.
Yeah, he got screwed by that whole Superman. Oh, you're back. Oh, now you're not back thing. Yeah, I don't know if he left The Witcher for that or what, but
it sounded like
it seems like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that really sucks. But I mean, Warhammer is a really incredible science fiction like world.
Is that a game?
Well, it starts off. It's a figurine things, tabletop. It's a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, they have a bunch of games too. Most of them are pretty shitty. Some of them are kind of good.
Let's
be honest.
That's all bad. Hey,
I mean, we know that
actually like two good Warhammer games.
There are, yeah.
I understand.
Go ahead,
but yes,
we know Henry's a giant fucking like geek and nerd. So I mean, this is probably some shit that he played like back in the day. It was like, hey, you know what? I guys making a movie on it. I fucking in.
Yeah, there's videos of him like literally painting his figurines. I mean, I used to paint some figurines when I was a kid too from Warhammer. Yeah. It's a really involved universe, so I think if they do the franchise right, it could be a next like big thing for entertainment. You know, this could be right up there with like, you know, the MCU coming around. So we will see.
I think he's. I'll look it up to be absolutely sure, but I thought he was going to be doing some of the producing on it too, like working. Like to make sure it's as accurate as possible. Let me make sure I'm not
because he loves Warhammer. So I'm not surprised in the least. On speaking of which, while Project looks that up, I don't know if y'all have seen these early reviews of The Last of Us, but these are sky high fucking reviews.
Yep.
Yeah, that's as expected.
This is out in 4 days. 4 days we're supposed to get, and I'm pretty sure because HBO is doing a weekly basis, we're not going to get all of it at once, but we're going to get probably the first 1 or 2 episodes on the 15th. So it looks pretty good. I mean, it looks like it's got some stuff to it, but the reviews are like 9s and 10s across the board. I mean, it had a perfect score for like a hot minute. It's still in the high 90s at the moment. So
I do want to talk about that. Henry Cavill is executive producing, so he's putting up his own fucking money, some of his own fucking money to make this happen. It's gonna be accurate as fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Last of Us, man, I love Pedro Pascal. What was the girl who's playing Ellie? Not the girl, but she's a woman. But
no, I think she's a girl because she's in Game of Thrones. She's like
a woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's the young girl from Game of Thrones, the one that was the little queen of her area.
Yeah, she was great.
Ellie, right?
Yeah, she was great in that. You know what I mean?
So Bella Ramsey is her name.
There
you go. She's a woman. She's 19.
Yeah, see, she's grown.
She looks like she's 12.
Yeah,
I know, right?
With Wednesday, I thought she was still a teen, but she's like a grown woman.
Yeah, she's like 22 or some shit.
She's 20. She'll be 21. Hell, she's 21 now. I think her birthday is this month.
But yeah, Last of Us, I'm all the way fucking there for. There's a whole lot of fucking scenes, or different scenery with like Boston and fucking Wyoming and all of that shit. Like they go throughout the entire fucking country basically with this infection. The thing that was interesting to me, I heard they changed. I was reading that they changed a little bit with the spores versus the tentacles for the fungal infection. But other than that, it's supposed to be really like accurate to this first game quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh shit! Anna Torv's in this.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I've been a big fan of her since Fringe, because Fringe was fucking dope. They should have never canceled that show.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
She's also in Heavenly Sword.
Show had the best ending though. Like they just wrapped that shit up perfectly.
Yeah.
Another thing that's pretty cool is that Troy Baker is in the show. He plays a survivor or one of the hunters or whatnot. And the thing about him, he plays the voice of Joel in the game, so he gets to be live action in the show.
Yeah, he's usually a voice actor.
Usually that's like his MO. He's like, I was playing The Division, and it's his face as like he's Keener. He's the voice of Keener in the game, but they use his face as Keener without a mask. You don't see Keener's face in part 1 of the division. And in the second game, he's on the run, and you see his face, and he's that voice again. And he does like hundreds of voices, literally hundreds.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm fucking big ass excited for this shit. Drops Sunday.
4 days, whatever, 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunday night. We're probably only gonna get like maybe one episode. If we're lucky, we get two.
I mean, I need
I
to
never
miss
played the
Sunday show.
games. I never played the games, and I'm excited about this.
Oh, the games are.
The
Hey,
trailers
what?
just look
You ever
great.
played the game?
Yeah, the
Dude,
games are quite good.
awesome.
Nah.
There's,
Even
there-
I played the game.
yeah, they're some of the best games ever made. Seriously, like hands down.
True.
And even the controversy with the second one, I don't give a fuck. It's still a great game.
I still think the controversy of the second one is a moot point because people are just they had stuff built up in their head and they didn't get what they wanted, so they threw a fit.
Yeah.
No,
'Cause the story-
remember the biggest thing with the second one, and I'll always say this: it got spoiled or leaked prior to release, and some of it was rumor bullshit, but a lot of it was true, and people were pissed. And I think some of that tainted people's views of the game. But I didn't give a fuck. I loved it.
Yeah.
I've played 2 or 3 times now.
Well, from all the hate posts that I saw, most of them are pissed about the handling of Joel's character and the fact that Ellie was a lesbian. And I'm like,
Gives-
her being a lesbian
yeah.
should not be an issue, but it was a huge fucking issue for a ton of incels that were super pissed. And Abby,
Yeah, I think
Abby
they were mad
was-
about Swole Abbey.
they're swole mad, super mad. They were swole mad about Swole Abby.
Yeah,
So
and
it's just
let
like,
me
It's funny.
wow.
let me say this because god damn, yeah, you reminded me, old ninja. The very first game, you know that Ellie is a lesbian.
Yeah.
If you
Mhm,
play the DLC, it's all like her girlfriend is in the DLC with her. Like that
mhm.
just proved that they didn't play the fucking first game all the way through.
All the way through. They
And
didn't.
even if it wasn't in the first game, it doesn't fucking matter. Like,
It shouldn't matter.
It couldn't matter, but it wasn't a change. That was the thing that
No,
fucking,
it's not a
Thank-
change.
like-
But people treated it like it was a change. That's what tripped me out the hardest. It's like it's not a fucking change. It's in the game,
yeah.
and people freak the fuck out. There's so many hate shit. Like Neil Druckmann got so much fucking hate tweets and hate mails and even death threats.
The other one though, just to point out too, Joel made his fucking decision in the first game.
yeah.
And he says very clearly, basically looks into the camera and says, and I would have done it again.
Yeah,
No matter what, he would have done that again. He knew what was gonna eventually come up, catch up to him. So
Yeah,
that was
and-
part of the narrative.
and not only that, like there's a part in the game where Ellie tells her girlfriend, like, "Hey, you know why would this person do this?" And she says, "Joel made a lot of enemies even before I met him."
Yep.
So she knew that he was fucking people. He did what he had to do, which could have been very, very terrible things that most people would not agree with. But
Yeah,
he did it
for
to
sure.
survive. And that was before he met Ellie.
Even I mean, he was stomping people out. Like, let's be
I mean,
clear.
yeah, hardcore cutting. He cut fucking kneecaps off.
Yeah, man.
That's some fucking raw shit. He cut your kneecap off. As you scream in pain, he just shoots you in the face. Like, shut up.
Yeah. So Joel was not necessarily always a quote unquote good guy, or he could be viewed as an anti-hero in a lot of ways.
Very
Yeah.
much so.
But and I don't get me wrong, I miss that character, but at the same time, you know, Ellie was fucking badass that whole fucking game. She made some
Yeah.
shit too.
Yeah, that was another argument too. People were like, "What happened to Ellie? She was so nice and innocent and pure." I'm like, "Dude, she was raised by Joel. She's she's like in her 20s and murdering the fuck out of people, murdering people with no mercy."
You see the change when in that one restaurant scene where basically she's almost about to get sexually assaulted, you know, and
Oh, yeah, yep,
and
and murdered.
and murdered, and that was a turning point in that. Like, people didn't pay attention to the first game. I swear to
Yeah.
God, know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. So you got to remember, a lot of these kids were probably playing the game when they should not have been playing. They were probably not like at the age of 17 because the game is rated mature. They're probably like 12, 13.
Well,
Playing
even
the game.
still, even when you're like, 18, 19, there's like a lot of really adult themes that are in some of these games
yeah.
that you're not going to get until like you're older,
Oh yeah, very much so. But like when you're over there and you're growing up and you see Ellie and you're fapping to Ellie because you're around the same age, and then you find out that she's not into guys. A lot of these guys grew up with her. They
Yeah,
had a
but
lot of
these same
information.
dudes are fapping to fucking lesbian porn anyway. So let's just be honest here.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
God dang. But yeah, so there. I think I feel the same way about Star Wars. A lot of stuff people did not really fully watch or pay attention to, and they get mad when it's represented in a different way. But it's the same thing, and they throw huge fits.
Yeah,
So
there's a lot of that. When does Fallen Order 2 drop?
March, I think March 13th.
Shit, god damn it, it's gonna be a busy ass fucking spring. Because I got
Literally that shit's coming up. I'm pre-ordering Lightfall for Destiny like literally this week.
And they got
So-
what is it? Forspoken drops. I gotta play it because fuck it. Because I just realized that it's written by the same person that wrote. I think is The Last of Us or Uncharted. One of the is
Amy oh yes,
Amy
Amy
Hennig
Hennig
wrote
she
it.
did the outline. She did that
Yeah.
outline for the right. So apparently today, I don't know if you all saw it, but Forspoken has a cinematic trailer which dropped today.
Oh yeah, I'll pick it up because yeah, I mean the demo was good enough for me.
Okay.
To play. The only thing that was a question is how good is the story, and then when I saw Amy Hennig was attached to it, I'm like, oh, it's got to be a good story because like the action is, it's kind of a lot, but it's once you get like your play style down, it's a lot of fun.
good
Okay.
shit. Yeah,
I'm down for more Amy Hennig type stories. So
I hope it's a big fucking hit. I like her. She won me over during the Uncharted series and all of that. But I'm probably gonna wait for the reviews. If they're still solid, then I'll pull the trigger.
Or just play the
Yeah.
demo. Play the demo. Make your own decision. It's free.
Yeah, I still need some reviews though too.
Why would you need a review when you can play it literally for free? Make your own decision.
Yeah, I mean, how long is the demo?
It's maybe fucking 30 minutes. Like you could extend it out by a lot, but you can beat it in like 30 minutes.
Okay, yeah, we'll see.
It's like
Is there any platforming?
No,
Is it a platformer?
no, it's not a
no.
platformer.
It's like this weird like third person magic. You're like a heavy magic user, but the way you use the magic is totally up to you. So if you want to shoot him from far away, you can. If you want to shotgun him, you can. If you want to melee attack him to death, you can. So yeah.
So if you want, because Cronus didn't Twitch it out, or else it'd be on there. You can watch B-Boy Frost Twitch play because he saved it on his account. I think it's on YouTube actually.
Yeah,
You
it's
can
on
watch
his
him
YouTube
play
account.
the game. You can watch him play, and he has, I believe, a little bit of commentary, but he shows you just Cronus would have how to play the game and what he liked and what he didn't like. You can watch that. So
Good shit. Okay.
quick shout out to Angela Bassett for winning a Golden Globe for Wakanda Forever. Probably the first person to win the accolade for an MCU film.
Mhm.
Also, Ki Kwan won a Golden Globe for Everything Everywhere All at Once. So
Yeah.
welcome back to Hollywood. He's gone for 20 years. Drops off in a movie, drops a heater, and then comes up with some gold. Comes up with some, some weight. That's got a kudos to him for.
Yeah, I seriously, I don't know if I mentioned it on a podcast, but like, I seriously did not know that was him when I was watching Everything Once Upon a Time, or whatever the fuck I call it.
I
I thought it was Jackie Chan, man.
Yeah, I was like, this dude looks a lot like Jackie Chan, but I know it's not Jackie Chan.
Yeah,
He
I
looks
was
a
like-
lot like Jackie Chan.
Racist.
He must be wearing like makeup and stuff, but like, yeah, I was hella fucking. Somebody was like, oh no, that's fucking what's the name from
It's
Indiana
Data.
Jones?
Data from
Yeah.
Goonies. Oh, it's short round from Indiana Jones, and it's Data.
Yeah,
From
I
Goonies.
was like, no
Data?
way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his
he's
name's
Data too.
Data in Goonies.
Yeah. Also, Michelle
Yeah.
Yeoh, she picked up a Golden Globe for the
yes,
same
that's right.
movie. Everything Everywhere All at Once deserves all the accolades. That was one of the funnest movies I've watched in a long time.
Dude, when I put my review on the show, I try to not make it so spoilery, but there's some crazy shit. Like they literally kill people with fucking dildos.
Yeah,
Okay.
Prodigy, have you watched it yet?
I
Let
haven't
me
seen
just
it yet.
let me just say on one
Dude.
part. There's a whole fight scene where guys are fighting over butt plugs. And there's like a
Yeah.
fight scene where a guy has a butt plug in his ass and he's like kung fu fighting with Michelle Yeoh. And it's like
Like
so
legit
fucking
fighting.
hilarious.
Sold.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there's also one of them. One of them involves a trophy too.
Yeah, and it's a pretty giant butt plug. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Oh.
awesome.
Like the way they
that should have been in the trailer.
Yeah, they said
No.
because he got shit's dangling.
Yeah, you see it.
Dude,
You literally legit see that shit.
the way they explained the multiverse was really well done.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think Marvel or DC has explained the multiverse that well
Yeah.
for that movie.
It's such a good movie, and it's
The
funny
hot
because
fingers still have you tripping.
Jamie Lee Curtis was in that shit.
Yeah.
It's so
She's
fucking
hella funny
wild.
too. Yeah.
She's hella funny because she plays she plays herself, but multiple versions of herself, and each
Yeah.
one's like vastly different. So fucking funny. It's so fucking funny.
Sorry, Blue. Did you say hot dog fingers?
Yeah, the hot dog
Yeah,
fingers.
yeah.
That shit was funny too. Yeah.
Hilarious.
And they fucking like ejaculate.
That's all
fucking
bad.
That movie was fucking weird as hell.
It was, but it's awesome at the same time. It was fucking expertly done.
Yeah.
So,
There was one I mentioned a long time ago last year as well, sticking with Golden Globes. By RRR got best
Yeah.
foreign movie and
oh, really?
best original song. If you have not fucking seen
Haven't
that
seen
shit, that shit is super Batman versus Superman in Indian history. And I know that doesn't make any sense, but watch the fucking movie and you'll get the sense of these iconic Indian superheroes, basically.
Isn't
Oh,
that
that's
movie
good.
like 3 hours long?
It is long. I had to watch it in kind of like 2 or 3 sittings,
Maybe-
but it was on Netflix. I think it's still on Netflix.
You just watched
Dude,
Avatar.
there's-
Avatar 2 was like 3 hours long. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold up. There's an Easter egg. So if you Google RRR, there's like a little like 8-bit animation that pops up, and it's like a guy. I think he's riding a motorcycle, and there's like a horse chasing after him. Is that like
Yep.
a scene from the movie?
He sure as fuck is. It's one of the best
fucking
fucking
funny, dude.
scenes.
So yeah, if you Google
that is
RRR, yeah, it pops up, and I was like, wait, what the fuck is that?
That shit was wild. That shit was really, really wild. So shout out to them. I think it's one of the first Golden Globes for that country, which is like the biggest fucking country in the world. It overtook China. In terms of
Goddamn.
yeah, that's huge.
A lot of babies.
Well, I was trying to see if there was a sequel out already for it, like.
Oh,
FSS.
I heard something about a sequel, but I think it's kind of early on. But the sequels I care about is Squid Games 2. I think season 2 is supposed to be out this year. The season 2 of Wednesday, which got approved, so they still got to film it. And what's the other one I was thinking of? Oh, Mandalorian season 3, which will be out, I think, the end of this month, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That's coming up pretty quick.
I'll say this. I'm now a Jenna Ortega fan. Like, I need to go back and watch some stuff of hers.
hold on,
'cause-
I can tell you a movie because I just watched it. I've seen it already, but then we put it on again recently. I was like, oh shit, she's in this. There's a movie called Yes,
okay.
and she's in it, and it's just like, oh, and she's not playing obviously Wednesday Addams, but yeah, it's a cool movie. It's about parents have to say yes all day.
She impressed me with her fucking acting and talent and shit in Wednesday so much. I'm like, let me go see some other stuff that she's in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, if you've seen the latest Scream, she's in that, and she'll be in the sequel out in March.
Oh, cool. Good shit.
In the 2 recent Scream films.
Yeah. Well, I'm fucking down. I think she's mega fucking talented and shit.
She's very talented.
Who's making? You said Amy. Going back to it for a second, you said Amy Hennig is the writer, but who's the studio for this project? It's a new IP.
Square Enix.
Oh, okay.
So it's got one of the newer It's got the newest Final Fantasy engine. That's why it looks fucking beautiful.
All right, good shit. No, and so we get this one, and then we get another. We get Final Fantasy 5011.
Yeah, yeah. But that one's getting some pushback from people.
Oh, what's the content?
People are mad because it's apparently it's all white people in the game.
But aren't they always all white people?
No, not always.
Wait, for which game?
Yeah.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll have to see. I haven't played a Final Fantasy like new game in a while. Actually, shit, maybe I probably have. But yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy games are just. I mean, they are what they are. They're usually like highly political. Crazy storylines. World's gonna end. Some eco-terrorism here and there sprinkled throughout. They're usually a lot of fun to play. So, but they also take up a shitload of time. Because they're RPGs.
Yep.
Like,
JRPG.
Yeah, so that you could put in like 100+ hours in these games.
Did you ever end up playing 7 remake?
I think I got it, but I didn't finish it. Something about it, I just, what's hard for me? I have like a thing against this game in my mind that blocks me from like trying to even play the game really, because everybody talks about how it's the best Final Fantasy of all time, but it's fucking not. It's 6. So every time I try to pick up the game, I just keep thinking about this is not the best Final Fantasy game. I gotta put it back down for a while. Yeah, I actually went back and I downloaded Final Fantasy 6 for my Steam Deck, and I started playing that recently. So yeah, it's just as good as I remember it. It's the best one.
Maybe they'll remake that one.
They need
next.
that's the one they need to remake, because that's like honestly, the story is so much better than Final Fantasy 7. It's not all convoluted and shit. Yeah, it's just a better story. And there's like way more. There's the characters are, I think, better as well. I mean, there's just the cast of like. This is the thing about that was cool about Final Fantasy 6 that you don't really get in other games. Well, I guess you kind of do. It's just like the individual characters are like so different with like what they could do in the game. Like they didn't have like the same set moves. I guess some of the newer ones they don't as well. But it just seemed like back then it was like so revolutionary. Like having like a ninja that actually did ninja shit. You had like this one character you basically couldn't even fucking control. Like it was like a little boy. They had to basically go to Africa, and if you wanted to like get him new moves, you had to like basically have him hijack enemies, and then you just walk around Africa for a while, and then wait for him to come back to you. And then when he came back to you, he was like a wild kid. And you had to like feed him beef jerky so he'd come back. But when he came back, he had like all these new moves and shit. So yeah, it's just the game was just it was really good. Like I wish other people would play it, but it's hard to get somebody to play a 16-bit RPG in 2023. Yep. So that's why they need to remake it.
Yeah. I mean, I had never played any Final Fantasies. I just, for whatever reason, that franchise never worked for me, or I never even tried. And then I tried 7, and I was like, okay, I kind of get it. It was fun, you know. I probably didn't understand the backstory for all of it.
That's one of the main things with 7 is that the story was kind of like is a Halo-ish story. I'll just put it that way. But you got the vastly improved like the modern RPG like attack system.
Oh yeah.
So, like the turn-based.
Yeah, it's not really turn-based. It's all active. So
yeah. I played the demo for the 7 remake, and it was hard for me to like understand what the hell was going on, just because it's kind of the first time playing that style of RPG. Like the controls and stuff was just not vibing with me.
Yeah, it's different. I think Final Fantasy. What was the one with the boy band? I have it. That's the last one I played.
Oh, that was like 12, I think.
No, it was
13.
14 is the MMO, right?
Yeah. So I think it was 15 was the last one I played.
Was it when they were driving around in the car and shit, right?
Yeah, the pimped out Audi. Yeah. No, that one's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. We'll see. I'll wait and see. All right, guys. You want to wrap it on up?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Old Ninja, what you got popping this week? God damn it.
So I caught up on the Bad Batch, which started last week. They had a 2-episode premiere. So there's a new episode today. Watching that. Waiting on this weekend because The Last of Us will be on Sunday, but also season 2 of Mayor of Kingstown will be starting that night as well. If you haven't watched it, it's actually a really excellent series on Paramount Plus. Also supporting Jeremy Renner. Hopefully he gets well soon. Playing more Modern Warfare because there's a lot more people playing. So we're actually teaching people that literally have not played like a console in like, I don't know, 10 years or longer how to play it, because they're hearing about how good Modern Warfare 2 is, how like it's easy to pick up. And it's real easy because you can play parts of the game for free. So it's worked out for a lot of people. Playing some the Division 2, I got back into that because there's a lot of content to the game. I'm probably going to finish High on Life probably tonight or tomorrow, and trying to stay dry because I guess it's supposed to rain some more. It was raining when I left earlier today. It's pretty steadily. It wasn't as bad with the wind and whatnot, but there's a lot of people that don't know how to drive in wet weather. So I'm probably going to stay in more, try to catch up on some shows, and that's pretty much about it.
All right, Cross, what you got?
So tomorrow I'm actually going to do hopefully another podcast live, and it'll be for Balance Exchange. And this time we're going to talk about books because both me and Papa Bear, we go through a lot of books, usually through audio. and we're actually going to have an author on. Her name is Savannah Cannon. She actually wrote a book about being a female Marine in Afghanistan. Honestly, it's one of the most fucked up books I ever read in my entire life. It made me tear up a couple times. It's pretty. Her story is really fucked up. The book is called Corporal Cannon. If you have a chance to check it out, just be prepared. It's very raw and fucked up. So I had no idea about her situation until I read that book, and I don't know if we're going to talk about it like her book that much in the podcast tomorrow, but I know we're going to talk about books in general, and I'm looking forward to that because, like I said, we go through a lot of books, and it'll be good to talk to Papa Bear again on a podcast because I've been doing a lot with like other things in life because a lot of shit happened in my life. So I'm trying to get back on track though. So I'm looking forward to that podcast. My foot is incrementally getting better. I got back to jiu-jitsu last Saturday. I got to roll a little bit. That was cool. It's hard to roll because my foot's fucked, but I still got it done. I can still move around. I'm not terrible, but still coming back. Hopefully the next couple weeks I'll be able to take the boot off and strengthen my foot again because I think it's ready to come back. Yeah, and that's all I got.
All right. Blue, what you got?
For me, right now I'm self-quarantining because I had a coworker who tested positive for COVID the other day. So it's kind of a blessing because I get to work back from home again. Don't have to go into the office this week. But yeah, just kind of keep him safe. My little guy, man, this kid is growing and getting taller and just dominate. Like I told you guys earlier that he can count to like 14, which is crazy because like at first he only could count to 4, and then like I was counting with him, and then he went to 5, and then 6, and then 7, and I was like, "Oh, kid, where the hell you learned this from?" Like it seems like shit was like overnight. Like I don't know how he learned how to count that high, but like he also like knows his colors and stuff.
Hold on.
And
so can he do my taxes then?
Shit, he's doing mine, man. But yeah, it's just crazy watching him grow. Yeah, other than that, just trying to stay dry. I gotta try to like take care of this tree in the backyard. It's kind of the downside of being a homeowner. You gotta do your own yard work. I mean, I could hire somebody to do it, but it's pretty simple. It's just one big ass fucking tree branch that fell off a goddamn like a redwood tree. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's it for me. I mean, I've been watching some old school anime. Like I kind of started watching old school Street Fighter. You know, the one with Chun-Li in the shower.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Versus Vega.
Yeah. I was like, wow, this is still so fucking good.
It is good.
But no, just one thing I learned is that opening scene where Ryu and Sagat it's fighting against each other, and when Ryu hits him with the
He dragon him. Yeah,
he dragon punches him and he scars him. But apparently, like I was watching an article or I'm watching a YouTube video about it, and they were saying that Sagat wasn't like going down to like finish off Ryu. Like he actually was gonna help him get up because he had knocked him down to the ground, but Ryu's dark Hadouken had kicked in, so he kind of went savage and he hit Sagat with the uppercut and scarred him and stuff like that. And I was like, holy shit, like that takes that whole scene out of context because Sagat seems like he was an asshole, like about to murder Ryu, but then it turns out that like they were just sparring.
It's like Cobra Kai.
Like, killing each other.
It's like Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
You realize that Ralph was probably the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I mean, usually in Street Fighter lore, really quickly, that happens during a tournament. Like Ryu's losing, and the only way he does, he taps into the Sasuke Hadu, and he hits him with the Dragon Punch, and he doesn't tell anybody. That's why he goes into seclusion before Street Fighter 2.
Wait a minute. Wait. Ryu is homeless. Let's not fucking sugarcoat that shit.
Same
He
difference.
ain't got no shoes.
He doesn't, but he still travels the world. I mean, he's homeless, but nobody knows how to reach him because he's the champion.
Because they ain't got no home.
Don't fucking sugarcoat that. Ryu is homeless.
Still. But yeah. Anyway, go ahead, Blue.
Sorry, Blue. You still with us?
I don't think
No.
so. Ryu is dedicated. He's not just, homeless. He's dedicated. You don't even know how to do kung fu?
Exactly.
Oh, damn.
The only thing he has is his gi and his fucking back, like
His
duffel
duffel
bag.
His
bag.
duffel bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, he smashes Chun-Li every now and then, so
Chun-Li ain't picky about dick. You know that.
she only wants him. She's the only one that she fucked him only.
She's
not like
pick
she's
about, she pick about Vega.
exactly.
Yeah. Well, she stepped on. Well, I'm pretty sure Vega's not into chicks. He's into himself.
Yeah.
God damn it, dude. By the way, Street Fighter 6 is dropping later this year.
Yeah.
It
Actually,
did.
It's dropping in a month or so. Actually, pretty soon.
No, the demo I think is out or about to be out, but I think the game drops. I thought in the summer, but I could be wrong.
I think the game drops. I think in March or April.
Maybe. For me, I'm cautiously, and I mean fucking cautiously optimistic about this Velma by Mila.
Oh, by me. Oh, yeah.
Mika,
it's
or
not
what's her
getting
name?
good reviews, but I still want to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get me wrong. I'm a fucking big ass fucking Scooby Doo nerd. I love that shit. I've always loved it. I don't think there's been a single Scooby shit that I haven't liked, but this looks like a drastic fucking departure. This could like break the franchise possibly, but we'll fucking see. That's why I'm really cautious with it. Definitely finishing off Glass Onion, playing some more Modern Warfare with probably at least Old Ninja, and I want to get back on that Back for Blood. So we'll fucking see.
Yeah,
But-
we need to set a date because we got to twitch that shit out because we got to watch people watch you not jump and then die.
Yeah.
this is not.
Yeah, 'cause there's parts of the map where you got to jump up and he's like, "How do you jump?" Well, I don't know how to get there, and you see this mob of fucking zombies just eat his ass up. And we're like, "Well, we can't go get you now because you done fucked up."
I need more grenades, and then I'll be able to jump.
Oh, so yeah, Street Fighter 6 is June 2nd.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Homeless Ryu. Old Ninja, take us out.
All right. I guess Blue already checked out, but you just experienced Black and Backside Infinity.
The City Meets.
The dankest podcast on the internet. Check us out anywhere and everywhere with Beathan BTI. It's BTHAN BTI. Anywhere you listen to your podcast, everywhere you listen to your podcast. We go live every Wednesday, 8:30 is Pacific time on YouTube. You can check us out live and be a part of this discussion because there's a live chat. You may not know it, or maybe you don't realize it, but it's on there. Check out our official website, benheadproductions.com/BTI. If you really want to stay in touch with us, kind of like on a very frequent basis, join the Discord. We have a Discord. You can email us at bthenbti@gmail.com. Let us know you want to join the Discord, and you can interact with us there pretty easily. There you go.
Selma Hayek can't help but be funny.
Hmm.